how do we find an equation of a tangent line to a curve at a given point? Remember, whenever we want to find an equation of a line, we need two things. The first thing is the point, and in this case we have it right here, and that's very nice. And the other thing is we need a slope. And this is where we have to use calculus because the slope of the tangent line is the derivative. And for now, we will be using the limit definition for the derivative to get the slope. So here, let's just go ahead and get to work. This right here is our function. I will denote that by f of x. And then, of course, this right here is the x value that we want. So that will be the a. And correspondingly, this will just be f of a. So now, let's go ahead and just get the slope, namely f prime of a, and that will just be 2. So we will just do the limit as x approaching 2, right, like this. And then we will have to have f of x, which is that. So let me write that down. We have 4x minus 3x squared. And then we will have to minus f of a. F of a is negative 4. So we minus negative 4, like this. And then on the bottom, we have x minus a. So in this case, it will just be x minus the a value, which is 2. So that's the setup. And let me tell you, if you plug in 2 into all the x's, you are guaranteed to get 0 over 0. Because that's how this is set up. You always get 0 over 0 for this. So let's just go ahead and do more work to simplify this and then figure out the limit. Notice that this is a quadratic, so let's rearrange this a little bit. So let's go ahead and write this down one more time. The limit as x approaching 2. And then let me write that down, which is negative 3x squared plus 4x. And then this is plus 4 over x minus 2. Now, can we factor the top? Yes. And let me show you guys that on the side here. I will show you guys with the tic-tac-toe method. But first, notice that we have a negative in front of the x squared right here, right? So it's actually a good idea to factor out the negative. So let's do that. So we have negative parentheses 3x squared minus 4x and then minus 4. And then let's use the tic-tac-toe method to factor out this trinomial. Draw the tic-tac-toe boxes right here. And to get 3x squared, we need 3x and x. And then what times 4 give us negative 4? We need 2 and negative 4. Order matters. We are going to put negative 2 here and 2 here because when we do this times that, we get negative 6x. And when we do 2 times x, we get 2x. Together, this and that, we end up with negative 4x. So we know that we have found our combination. And keep in mind though, when we want to write down the answer, we will go across. So let me show you. Here we have the limit as x approaching 2. So just keep writing it down until we finish. Okay, this right here, we have a negative, so don't forget about this negative. And then we have x, well this is 3x plus 2. We are going to read across. Earlier, we cross multiplied it to check. But the answer is 3x plus 2. And then the other one is x minus 2. And on the bottom, we have that x minus 2. And you know it, we can cancel things out. Here, let's go ahead and cross this out and also cross that out. And then we can just put a 2 into this x. So we are going to get negative parentheses 3 times 2 and then plus 2. So that's 6 plus 2, but that's negative. Altogether, we get negative 8. And that's the slope of the tangent line at a equals 2. Next, we can use, well, we have the point and also the slope. So we can use the point slope form of the line. So let's go ahead and use y minus y1 being equal to the slope, which is denoted by m, x minus x1. And of course, this right here is our good old point slope form of a line from algebra. However, we are talking about like the a and f of a and things like that. So let me just write this as f of a. We get y minus f of a, which is just the same as y1. And the slope m is just the same as f prime of 2 in our case. But let me just also write it as f prime of a to follow this notation. And lastly, we have the x minus x1, which is just 2, which is just a. Yeah. But anyway, either way, as long as you know how to plug in, it's okay. So let's go ahead and do it. Y minus f of a, which is negative 4, and then that's equal to f prime of a, which is f prime of 2, and that's negative 8, times x minus a is 2. So this is what we have. And now let's just work it out, get the y by itself, the good old business. So here we have y plus 4, and this is equal to negative 8x plus 16. And then minus 4 on both sides, we get y equals negative 8x plus 12. So, ladies and gentlemen, this right here would be the tangent line to this curve at a equals 2, or x equal to, same thing.